Perception, a process of selecting, organizing, and interpreting information that is defined. This is defined in Chapter 2 of a primer on communication studies. How we perceive the people and objects around us affects our communication. Media plays a big part in the way we perceive things. When dealing with this big issue that affects a large amount of people in a certain area, we hope that our elected officials will handle a public small group discussion in a dignified way. This, however, is not the case in all situations. In this speech, I will inform and evaluate the Keystone XL pipeline debate featured on NBC Nebraska on July 27th of this year. I will compare the way the speakers addressed the issue, how they could improve, and the way their actions affected my view of sustainability. In the debate on the Keystone XL pipeline covered by NBC Nebraska's Jackie Kent commenced on July 27, 2015. Representatives from both sides spoke that Monday after a new trial date was set for October 19th. Jane Kleb with Bold, Nebraska, and Mark Cooper with TransCanada argued whether the pipeline would be expanded on in Nebraska. Cooper stated, "We respect the fact that people have their opinions about things," after Kleb expressed farmers concerned with the pipeline. Later that debate, Jane Kleb addressed the subject of Governor Pete Ricketts' letter calling for an issue of the permit for the pipeline to President Obama harshly, so he can take his 100 jobs for the 6 months to a year and he can shove them, was her response to Governor Ricketts. Does this sound like the way you want to express your opinion, especially in such a public way? I don't think so. Now, when hearing what was said, how can these speakers improve? The goal of both Jane Kleb and Mark Cooper was to persuade the audience to their side. Cooper did a good job of presenting the data and addressing the public's concern for the harmful effects of the Keystone XL pipeline. He also expressed understanding of the other party's concern and opinions, which helps acquire credibility. Kleb adequately expressed the concerns of the farmers and landowners of Nebraska, but then inappropriately responded to Governor Ricketts' letter to President Obama. When publicly speaking, you should never use profane language or insult others. Kleb's harsh words towards Governor Ricketts made her come across less educated and made me doubt her own statements and actions. This being said, it is not that the content of her statement was completely in the wrong, as much as the way she delivered it that made it come across harsh and inappropriate. Delivering her thoughts on the governor's letter without using harsh language would have resulted in a better perception of her words and character. Now that I have discussed both the way the speakers delivered their information and opinions and the ways that they can improve, I will express how viewing and evaluating this article has changed my views on sustainability. After completing the course forums and connecting them with other speakers and issues, I now realize the importance of perception and communication in social sustainability. The way people perceive media and the issues featured on it can greatly influence almost every big decision and issue affecting a large amount of people in areas across the country. So when I am asked what sustainability means to me, I would now say that sustainability relies on the way we interact in small and large groups. Being aware of how people perceive us and the information we want to relay to them is one way we can create a sustainable society. Being respectful of others' worldviews and cultures, and understanding that others' opinions may not be the same as your own is also vital to successfully sustainable society. These are all things that everyone needs to work on. Perception. The way people view information, people, and objects around them. Being a government official or a public speaker, you must be constantly aware of how other people's perception of you. On Monday, July 27, 2015, two parties, Bold, Nebraska's Jane Clubb, and TransCanada's Mark Cooper participated in a debate over the Keystone XL pipeline. Watching over the footage covered by NBC Nebraska and reading the accompanying articles written by Jackie Kent, I evaluated the two speakers, made suggestions on how they can improve, and discussed how this speech segment connected to the speech course material. I discovered that the way people perceive others plays a big part in large decisions than one may think. How do people perceive you?